Welcome back, everyone. I'm Ismael Marino.
And I'm Zachary Rowe.
And this is the Golden Report. I'm going to be honest, the Chiefs got this in the bag.
Are you dumb? The Bucs are definitely going to win. We have Brady.
Brady's an old man. It's all about the new wave now, Mahomes.
Whatever. Let's just look at our Indian athletes in this week's sports.
He may be the greatest athlete of all time. There is mustard on the lettuce.
Welcome to this week's Golden Report Sports. So, last Friday, our boys soccer lost 1-3 against Life Waxahachie. Our girls soccer won 4-1 against Life Waxahachie. Boys basketball won against Venus by a landslide, 57-27. Let's see some highlights from that. Girls basketball also won against Venus, 52-49. Let's see some highlights from that.
That's all for this week's Golden Report Sports.
Did you know that the first Super Bowl was in 1967?
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was the Green Bay Packers versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, I heard Ryan went around asking this week's A-Walking question.
I decided to ask y'all who you thought was going to win the Super Bowl, and this is what y'all had to say.
Okay, so I believe that the Chiefs will win because they do have a stronger offense than the Buccaneers, and with that, they can be a more powerhouse and score more points than Buccaneers, obviously. And also, they have a stronger defense, so I feel like that will help them a lot. Tom Brady is a good quarterback, one of the best, but I don't think he'll be able to stop that defense.
I'm going to say the Chiefs because that's what my friend is telling me.
Well, I think that the team that's going to win the Super Bowl, I've been really rooting for this team a long time, very long time. I'm a very supportive fan of theirs. I personally think that their game is the best game I've ever seen. Every time I see a match of theirs, I think, wow, I can't wait for them to win the Super Bowl. And I think that they're just like the best team ever. So, yeah, shout out to the new Philadelphia Eagles. I really think that y'all is going to win. And No. Nah, never mind. I'm going to cry myself to sleep. Thanks, Philadelphia. Thanks for nothing, dog. Y'all really the coolest team ever, huh? Y'all really think y'all the gravy and biscuits, huh? Thank you, Philadelphia. Thank you.
I believe that the Chiefs are going to stomp the Buccaneers completely.
I don't know, but I like Whataburger.
I think Tom Brady is a solid quarterback. I think the many years of experience are going to play to his favor for the team. And you got to look at Brady coming from the Patriots to the Buccaneers, and they're going to the Super Bowl in his first year as their quarterback. I mean, that says a lot. Mahomes is also very good. Very good. I just think that Tom Brady has the edge. Experience. He's a good quarterback. I'm going Buccaneers.
Just Patrick Mahomes, not the Chiefs. That's my expert opinion on it. That hurt.
I think it's going to be Brady because I hate him, but he's goated. It's period.
Go Chiefs!
Those are some pretty good answers. I think Tom Brady can come out on top in the Super Bowl and beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
The Super Bowl is cool and all, but I like what happens after the game.
The post-game show?
No, are you dumb? The Puppy Bowl.
What's the point of that?
It showcases dogs that need a home, and you can adopt them.
Oh, speaking of adopting dogs, why don't we check out this week's Pet of the Week? So, you really think the Chiefs can win?
Yeah, I do. And I know someone that can prove it.
Well, I know someone that can prove the Buccaneers are going to win.
Oh yeah? Well, let's see what they have to say on this week's Indian Interview Time.
They were singing, my, it's Indian Interview Time, where we interview some Indians and have a good time. So sit back and watch this interview time, 'cause it's Indian Interview Time, Indian Interview Time.
Hi, this is Indian Interview Time, and I am Miss Isclaw, and I have with me today Miss Remington. and we're going to be talking about some things about the Super Bowl. And as everybody knows, this year it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So here today, what we're going to discuss, me and Miss Remington, is if she hates Tom Brady as much as I love Patrick Mahomes.
Tom Brady. I've never liked Tom Brady. I've never liked him. I didn't like him when he was on the Patriots. I don't like him now. I feel bad for all you Tampa fans that have to deal with him. I apologize. I do agree he is a great quarterback, but man, sometimes I think the arrogance, and I think he thinks he can get away with things that other people can't get away with on the field, and sorry, I don't go for that.
There's, starting to be so much of these negative comments too about Patrick, and in my mind, I'm like, how can you just not love him?
See,
like, he's
I love
the most
Patrick.
Precious thing ever.
He is.
But I kind of see that maybe like when Brady first started,
Right.
the Patriots won the Super Bowl, and okay, Tom Brady,
Yeah,
I
no,
can,
I still don't like him then.
And now after so many more Super Bowls, you're like, okay, I'm really sick of him now
Yeah.
and everything else. And so I thought, people might become that way about Patrick Mahomes eventually also if he continues to have the success that he's already had in this short time of his career.
Tom Brady, when you're watching him and he's playing with Tampa at the beginning of the year, and they weren't doing so great, and he's mad, and I get it, he's mad. He was
kind of being a whiny baby during that time, wasn't he?
Very much a whiny baby, and wanting to blame everybody else, and it's just it
was filtering through that him and his coach were knocking heads a little bit.
Yes.
And I thought, wow, they're fixing to self-destruct.
They pulled it off, and whatever.
And then you find Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship game, and you're like, how did that even happen? And is it Tom, or is it, and I think for Tom Brady, that, for him, it was a way to prove that it wasn't Belichick.
Yes.
It's him.
And they didn't wind up with a terrific record, like he's normally kind of used to. And
so I guess even more of a reason to not like him, I guess.
Yeah. And then, when, of course, now they've made history because they are the first NFL team to ever win or go to the Super Bowl in their hometown.
Yes.
And I'm just like, geez, really? Now he's got something else. And
after just so much winning, people just saw you're a cheater.
I said, I think it's just the arrogant thing. I think he thinks he always, he's always the best, and he can't make mistakes. And I don't think he realizes he's human just like everybody else. Again, he's good. I know he's won a lot, but really, I don't know. I'm really ready for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to stomp them. I want it to be awesome.
Yes, we do.
And I want them to walk away, and maybe he'll retire and go away.
I don't know if Brady has the team mentality as much as what Mahomes.
I don't think so. I think that's why. That's another thing that I don't. I don't know. I just.
Brady gets it done, but I just don't know if he's got the team just.
Right.
So we thank you for watching Indian Interview Time. This is Mrs. Claw.
I'm Miss Remington.
Signing off. Bye.
Nothing gets me more hyped about the Super Bowl than the dads and the coaches. They just get so hyped up.
We have a coach on this week's Masterpiece Theater.
All right, welcome to this year's Super Bowl edition for the Rez, and I'm Coach Svensson, and to my right here I've got Coach Burchard over here, and I've got to my left Coach Norris over here. Coach Norris is going to pick the side of the Chiefs, and Coach Burchard's going to pick the side of the Bucks, and I'm going to be the moderator. We're going to see what kind of consensus we can come to here as far as this year's Super Bowl. Now, this year's Super Bowl being played in Tampa Bay will be the first time that the host team will be from that city and play in their own stadium, and that'll be the Buccaneers. And so a lot of people think that's a home field advantage. We're going to talk a little bit about that. It's also a COVID year, so there's going to be some different things about the Super Bowl, being that it's a COVID year, and the first time we'll have to deal with that, a pandemic and a Super Bowl. So one of the things that comes with that is a partial capacity, and so the stadium won't be full with 22,000 or whatever it might be. It's only going to have about half capacity, so the Super Bowl will look a little differently, in that. It won't be full of people, and there'll be about 7,500 very special guests for this Super Bowl. One thing about the Super Bowl is that home field advantage to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is that a good thing, bad thing? Is there really an advantage to all that? So let's start with Coach Norris on that. All right, so is there an advantage with the Buccaneers or not with the home field advantage?
Personally, I don't think it's a home field advantage for the Bucs. It's a game. It's a game that everybody's been looking for this whole season, and the Chiefs are going to be prepared for whoever they play, wherever they play.
All right, what do you think about that, Coach Burchard?
Being a Bucs guy for the Super Bowl, I really do think that there's going to be a little bit of advantage for the Bucs. Even though those season ticket holders aren't going to be able to get into this game or anything like that, it's their home. Mike Evans, Tom Brady, all those guys, they're going to come out swinging and going to the home crowd. So.
All right, well, good. All right, either way, I don't know if you'll have a lot of your home true fans for this thing in the stands for the Bucs, but playing at home and being used to your turf, it could be an advantage, but I know they played there in Week 12, and the Chiefs did win 27-24 in a tight ball game where the Buccaneers came back from a 17-point deficit and made it a close game. Quarterbacks, you've got Tom Brady, who's played first quarterback to play in 3 different decades in Super Bowls. Of course, Tom Brady's going to be in his 10th Super Bowl and going for his 7th title, and that's something different there. And then you've got a young Patrick Mahomes who's trying to go back-to-back, and it's 2 quarterbacks with a lot of great dynamic play and bringing excitement to the game. So we'll start with Coach Burchard on this one. So what do you think? Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, what kind of quarterback play will help them win?
Look, nobody's done it longer. Nobody's done it better than Tom Brady. This is number 10 for him. Read a statistic the other day that he has almost as many games in the conference championship as a normal NFL season. So obviously he has playoff experience. Now he's got a young, talented core around him. Mike Evans and Godwin, they're both really good receivers, and I expect them to show out for Tom Brady. As far as Patrick Mahomes, he's hurt. He's got some foot injuries. He's got a hobbled up offensive line. So I think it's going to be Tom Brady winning out with experience.
All right, Coach Norris, what's your response to all that?
Don't get me wrong, Tom Brady's a good guy. He's got experience, but I'm gonna have to go with youth over experience like that. Because Patrick Mahomes, he's young, he's a dynamic quarterback, he has weapons, he's got the cheetah, Tyreek Hill. He also has a great tight end, and Travis Kelce. Gronkowski. We all know he can't sing, and he's kind of down and out as far as tight end. I think he's found his last season.
There you go, folks. Super Bowl coming up this weekend, and we've got 2 sides kind of talking it out. And I don't know who you're rooting for, but enjoy the game, have fun watching it, and enjoy the weekend.
Well, watching the Super Bowl is super fun. Nothing beats getting outside with some friends and family and playing your own game of football.
On that note, it's time in which we highlight the skilled,
The funny,
the silly,
and the talented.
It's time for this week's Shenanigans.
Hey you! Who, me? Yeah, you! Are you tired of watching cartoons by yourself all the time? I guess so. After a while, they do get a bit boring. Well, boy, do I have the sport for you. What's that? It's called the Super Bowl. I'm open! Oh, okay. Well, maybe next time. This is awesome! That was good and all, but I think I'll just stick to watching cartoons. That's okay. Maybe next time we'll try a different game. Please, no.
In case you didn't know, the Golden Report has a new format, and Brett is here to talk about it.
Thanks, Ismail. Here at AHS, there's many electives to choose from. One of the central ones being the Golden Report. The Golden Report is an elective which allows those who want to be involved to express themselves through the means of video. But recently, admin has changed that to where we can no longer express ourselves through fun activities and other things. Now, instead of doing our weekly fun episodes, we now have to do daily newscasts which get sent out to the district.
Good afternoon, AHS. My name is Sophia Diaz, here with your afternoon announcement.
Today I'm here to ask some Golden Report students what they think about the changes. So Gaden, what do you think about these changes that have happened to the Golden Report?
I'm not a huge fan of them. I liked the older style that we did last year. It felt more fun. It felt like we could really express ourselves last year. But this year, because of COVID, admin are really on to us about what we can and can't do. And it feels more like I'm not having as much fun as I did last year.
This change will definitely be a drastic one that'll affect the Golden Report for years to come. Until next time, Brett Bennett, Golden Report News.
That's all for this week. Make sure you watch the Super Bowl this Sunday to find out who really wins. It's going to be the Buccaneers.
No way it is. It's going to be the Chiefs. Mahomes got this.
Well, until next time.
I'm Ismael Marino.
And I'm Zachary Rowe.
And this has been the Golden Report.
Oh my God. Maybe I should just move on to stop it.
57 to what?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Oh no? What's the pool?
Wait, can I say welcome to this week's Sports?
I said. Here with your afternoon announcements.